Your Side Tonight with Jamie Bold starts now.
Thanks for sticking with us here at 7:30. Another hospital did it today. Iredell Memorial announced that it'll be putting visitor restrictions in place. Starting tomorrow, for the most part, kids 13 and under will be kept from visiting. Atrium and Novant have similar policies. The reason here, pretty simple. Virus season is here. A lot of stuff floating around right now. Colds, COVID, RSV, and flu.
Right now, we're kind of in that perfect storm season of respiratory viruses. We're seeing a lot of influenza. In fact, we're at a high influenza activity level right now. That's really taken off over the past couple of weeks.
Some school principals in our area have been emailing parents reminding them to keep their kids home if they're not feeling well. In the last few days before the holiday break, they have been seeing a big uptick in kids coming to school sick. Absences are also up just about everywhere.
Which is pretty typical. A lot of opportunity for the virus to spread in the fall and winter. We get back together, the kids go back to school, a lot of indoor meetings, PTA meetings, football games, etc.
That's what we're seeing right now, and it's not just kids who are getting sick. In fact, the Panthers today had 5 players miss practice because of illness, including Brian Burns and Xavier Woods. Now, it's Wednesday, so we also got an update from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services on what we're seeing statewide across all populations. I want to show you a graph here. It shows the percentage of people who have showed up in the emergency department with a respiratory virus. This goes back a full year. In the past week, it was 17% of all patients. That number has, as you can see, been steadily climbing since around Thanksgiving. About a month ago, in fact, this was about 10%. Now, if you look back, these numbers compared to this time last year, again, it goes to the seasonality, right? We're inside more, we're together more around the holidays. That's why we saw spikes back then as well. So that graph shows those coming to the emergency department. This one right here tells us how many are actually hospitalized. COVID is in blue here. Flu is what's green. Total right now, about 1,000 people in the hospital. Roughly 60% are there with COVID, 40% have the flu. Couple things to note here. COVID has been fairly steady of late. Flu is really the one, though, that's going higher. The number of flu hospitalizations, it has quadrupled since Thanksgiving. And if you look back to last year, you may also notice flu season actually peaked earlier than this year. It was right after Thanksgiving. COVID, however, that didn't peak until after New Year's. And doctors expect something similar again this year.
I think there's going to be some spike, but we're just not in the same position that we were at the beginning of the pandemic. So I don't think we'll ever, knock on wood, I don't think we'll ever be overwhelmed by COVID-19 again, as long as you don't see a major mutation in that just gets around all of our vaccines as well as our treatment.
This new strain, which is a subvariant of Omicron, you can think of it as a grandchild of Omicron, shares some characteristics with Omicron. It's very highly contagious. It seems to be outrunning some of the other variants and becoming dominant. But there are 2 good things about it. One, it's not producing more severe disease. And number 2, the laboratory studies would indicate that our currently updated COVID vaccine does provide protection against severe disease caused by this variant.
So again, that's why doctors are recommending you get vaccinated, especially if you're older or have a pre-existing condition that could cause flu or COVID to hit you harder. And like the principals at our schools, we're reminding parents, if you're not feeling well, stay home. And don't be reluctant to take a test, just to be sure.
After going through the pandemic, everyone's just really tired. And they don't want to do all the careful checking of, do I have COVID? If I've got a runny nose or symptoms, am I testing myself before I go and visit grandma or grandpa? Because they also are at risk of severe RSV in the latter years, 65 years and older.
So be mindful. Also, we should at Caramount late today, also putting restrictions in place starting tomorrow afternoon. All right, let's talk weather. We're on your side with a first alert. The next chance for rain in the Carolinas looks to be Uh-oh, Christmas Day. I'm in the Weather Center with meteorologist Lisa Villegas. Leading up to it, we're in pretty good shape, but how much rain are we talking about here?
So probably about a ½ inch to an inch and a half, but that's by Tuesday evening.
Okay.
So this happens over 2 days. Just all depends on the timing. So Christmas Day, an important day for a lot of us. That morning, it looks like we're going to be quiet. As we take a look and we loop this system, it's going to be a cold front that heads our way. A lot of that timing will depend on how quickly this moves out towards the east. But right now, it looks like late afternoon that evening when a lot of those showers arise. So when we're waking up Christmas morning, most of us should be quiet right now. Again, watching for the timing here in the next couple of days. But the latest update now showing us winds will be gusting around 20, max 30 miles an hour. Do you think a lot of us will see winds up to around 20, 25 miles an hour? Accumulation, like I was telling Jamie, maybe up to about 1.5 inches, but most of us about a ½ inch, especially as we kind of finish off Christmas evening, and then above normal temperatures, which is looking on the upward side of things, because later on tonight, it's going to get cold. We're talking about freezing temperatures once again, mainly after midnight. For the next couple of hours, get ready for those temperatures to fall into those upper 30s. Now, when we wake up tomorrow morning, 20s back in the mix. We're looking at mid-upper 20s there over in Charlotte here, Jamie, so you're definitely going to want to bundle up if you're waking up early.
Noted. All right, Lisa, thank you. We're on your side tonight with a delay in justice. Right now, there are South Carolina children and teens waiting in jail for years for a key hearing in the juvenile justice process. In 2022, remember this, we brought you breaking news about a school shooting happened in Greenville, about an hour and 45 minutes southwest of Charlotte. 12-year-old Jamari Jackson was killed. The accused shooter, a fellow classmate, also 12 at the time. He's been in jail almost 600 days now. Last week, he had a waiver hearing to determine whether he will be tried as an adult. This case isn't the only one that has dragged on here. The Department of Juvenile Justice says another juvenile in the state has spent almost 800 days waiting for a waiver hearing. A third has waited nearly 900 days. That's almost 2.5 years. So we took a closer look at all of this, and here's what we found for you. When a child or a teen is charged with certain crimes, a solicitor can then file a motion. This motion can ask a judge to move the case into adult court, which of course has harsher penalties. In 2019, a law change known as Raise the Age made more juvenile offenders eligible to be waived up into adult court. This started a growing court backlog. So let's take a look at some of the data from the Department of Justice. See the graph here. Before the law change, you can see solicitors filed fewer than 10 motions to waive each year. Once that law went into effect, that began to change. It jumped up to 29 motions, then it goes to 35. This year, you see the number 58. These hearings, they take a lot of prep work by the state, also by the defense. And as we can see, those are starting to pile up now. It's leading to overcrowding in juvenile detention centers. Dr. Alexandra Chauhan has spent her life advocating for children. She's a former juvenile defender and currently an associate professor at the University of South Carolina. She says the longer children are behind bars, the more they are exposed to aggressive, violent behavior.
The longer the child remains in incarceration, not only they are victimized and further traumatized, but they also most likely, can have more aggressive behaviors when they're released.
Chauhan says solicitors should use more discretion when it comes to filing for these waiver hearings. She says it would help clear the backlog and give our young people faster access to rehabilitation programs. Now, as far as the Greenville school shooting goes, the judge has not yet made a decision there. If the case is waived to general court, it would not be the first time a 12-year-old was tried as an adult in the state. We're on your side tonight now, asking about the future of the job market. Artificial intelligence has been around for decades, and it feels like AI, well, it's just everywhere these days. This year, it became more accessible to everyday consumers like us with programs like ChatGPT. AI has undoubtedly increased productivity for some industries.
Just think of a calculator, right? If you don't have calculator, is it worth people spending like 10 hours multiplying two large numbers? No, right? Because you can do much better work, and I think this AI can do a lot of things where human didn't need to spend that time.
That's also saving employers labor costs. The downside is it could cost you your job. According to the Chamber of Commerce, more than 165,000 jobs could be replaced here in Charlotte by AI in the next 5 years. A new report, in fact, ranks Charlotte 21st in terms of U.S. cities that are threatened now by AI. That is more than 13% of our city's job market. Las Vegas and Miami topped the list with more than 15% job loss to AI. And that all leads us to tonight's good question. Which jobs here are most at risk? Let's talk about it. This new report did give us some insight into all that. IT jobs in the accounting, bookkeeping, manufacturing, and security industries could be the most threatened by artificial intelligence nationwide. In Charlotte, the report revealed office and administrative support roles were the fastest declining jobs over the past 5 years. Personal care, service occupations also fell off significantly. Despite the shakeup, AI could cause in the local economy, it's not eliminating jobs entirely. In fact, important to note here, the World Economic Forum predicts AI will create, around 69 million jobs by 2027. So that's the upside. We're talking about jobs like data analysts, scientists, machine learning specialists, and cybersecurity experts. Those are the ones that could see the most growth over that span. Coming up next here on Your Side Tonight.
I mean, we have hatchets coming through where you're like, why are you traveling with a hatchet? And they had it casually inside their purse.
Say what? That's not all. We're on your side with the strangest items TSA has confiscated this year. And how about a sweet Christmas story? A Stanley County restaurant working overtime to make 800 pies for hospital staff.